Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web.
The Philippines received a total of 2.28 million doses of Pfizer-Biontech Covid-19 vaccine through the World Health Organization-led Covax facility last night, June 10. The Department of Health said the vaccines will be administered to those under A1 to A3 priority sector, the medical frontliners, senior citizens, and people with comorbidities. WHO country representative to the Philippines, Dr. Rabindra Abeyasinghe, said the vaccination of healthcare workers, senior citizens, and those with underlying health conditions is essential and needs to be accelerated. The additional vaccines is definitely a huge step that would contribute in overcoming the challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, according to UNICEF Philippines representative Oyunsaikan Dendevnorov. The country previously received 193,000 doses of Pfizer-Biontech vaccine from the Covax facility last May 10. DOH Secretary Francisco Duque III urged the public to participate in the government's COVID-19 vaccination program. Meanwhile, the United States government has welcomed the successful arrival of 2.2 million plus doses of the Pfizer vaccines to the Philippines. In a statement, the U.S. Embassy in Manila said that the latest delivery represents the second tranche of the Pfizer vaccine and the biggest shipment made to the Philippines so far. The embassy assured that in the weeks and months ahead, ever-increasing quantities of much-needed vaccines will continue to arrive.
The government's pandemic task force has finally allowed the movement of fully vaccinated senior citizens in areas under the general community quarantine and modified GCQ. In a statement, presidential spokesman Harry Roque said the movement of senior in these areas is subject to presentation of a duly issued coronavirus vaccination card and strict observance of the minimum public health standards. The Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, however, limited the movement of fully vaccinated seniors to travel within their zone, as interzonal travel is still prohibited, except for point-to-point travel that was previously allowed. Last month, Roque said it would be safer for senior citizens, even fully vaccinated ones, to stay in their homes until the country has achieved population protection against COVID-19. The government is eyeing population protection in the NCR Plus bubble area by November 27. The members of the population who are more susceptible to the disease and are likely to show severe symptoms. However, the palace official said this did not mean that seniors were prohibited from going out. Roque said seniors were also allowed to go out to exercise outdoors. Government data show that as of June 6, a total of 369,387 senior citizens have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Starting June 16, returning travelers who were fully vaccinated in the country against the COVID-19 must present certain documents to show proof of complete vaccination. The Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases has ruled that apart from the vaccine card, travelers arriving from abroad must show a government-issued certificate showing the person's last coronavirus dose. Just last week, the government allowed a shorter quarantine period for incoming travelers who received vaccines in the country upon arrival in the Philippines. They were previously required to carry only a vaccination card that must be verified prior to departure. Upon arrival in the country, such certification must be presented to the Bureau of Quarantine representative for re-verification at the Department of Transportation One-Stop Shop. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said the task force also decided the date of effectivity of the revised travel guidelines will begin on June 16, 2021.
A huge portion of Filipinos have indicated that they continue to observe minimum public health standards amid the ongoing threat of coronavirus pandemic, according to the latest survey from the social weather stations. Out of 1,200 participants nationwide, the poll body found out that 75% of adults Filipinos said they always use a face mask when going out of their houses. The results of the survey, which was conducting using face-to-face interviews, showed that 67% responded that they always wash their hands several times a day. Moreover, the SWS said that 58% indicated that they always keep physical distance outside their homes. On the other hand, 53% said they always use a face shield when riding public transportation or going into establishments like malls, markets, and drugstores. The nationwide poll was conducted from April 28 to May 2.
Now here's a roundup of news in and around Metro Manila. Let's watch these reports.
The inoculation of Caloocan City residents belonging to A4 category or the economic frontliners will continue after the local government received on Wednesday a new supply of vaccines from the national government. The city's Public Information Office said 19,720 doses of COVID-19 vaccine arrived at its storage, so the vaccination will continue. The assurance came after Mayor Oka Malapitan expressed alarm that the local government might have to temporarily stop its vaccination of the economic frontliners given the fast pace of its program. Data from the local government show that as of June 8, 187,169 residents have already received their first dose of the vaccine, while 45,533 are now fully vaccinated. The Manila Health Department is in urgent need of registered doctors, nurses, and radiological technologists to man the city's COVID-19 field hospital. In a Facebook post, the Manila City Public Information Office said those who wish to apply for a post can submit their requests on or before June 14. Applicants will need to submit a personal data sheet, letter of intent, and other pertinent documents to the MHD's personal section. The Manila COVID-19 hospital has a 336-bed capacity. It was built to decongest the city's district hospital of mild to moderate cases. Las Piñas City Mayor Imelda Aguilar issued an executive order creating an inspection team for the implementation of the Safety Seal certification. Aguilar ordered the team to immediately start inspecting business establishments around the city on June 11 for the issuance of the Safety Seal certification. She said the inspection was in line with the joint memorandum circular issued by the government's Interagency Task Force on the Management of Emerging Infectious Disease. The mayor said the inspection and the certification team was created to ensure the business around the city were following the minimum health standard to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and future surge.
And now let's take a look at the latest news in other parts of the country. Here now are the details.
Governor Arthur Defensor Jr. declared that the vaccination program against COVID-19 in Iloilo is on track. Defensor said the vaccination program from the local government units of the 42 towns and the component city has been cascaded since the first week of March when the first batches of vaccines were distributed by the national government through the Department of Health. The province received almost 99,000 COVID-19 vaccines from the DOH, which consists of Sinovac of China and AstraZeneca's AZD1222. The Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao government has allotted additional funds for the construction of a bridge that will help lessen travel time from Marawi City to Cagayan de Oro by less than 2 hours. The Bayog Bridge, which extends to 40 meters in length, is being constructed in Barangay Bagoingod Upper Tagoloan, Lanao del Sur. It is also connected with the Capi-Tagoloan Road in the border of Lanao del Sur and Misamis Oriental. The Ministry of Public Works of the BARMM will also build various infrastructure projects for 2021 that include roads and bridges, flood control, water supply projects, and other public works facilities across the region. The Iligan City Health Office reported that around 13,300 medical frontliners and senior citizens have already been inoculated with the COVID-19 vaccine since March this year. The 3,300 of the 3,600 healthcare workers belonging to A1 priority group have already completed their doses. Meanwhile, under A2 category, 9,000 senior citizens have received their first doses, with 1,500 of them completed the second doses. The target number of senior citizens to be vaccinated in the city is around 34,460. The city is also expecting around 1,000 persons receiving vaccine shots or an average of 2,400 individuals in 3 days.
And the updates from news from around the world. Here is that report.
G7 leaders will agree to expand global COVID vaccine manufacturing to provide at least 1 billion doses to the world through sharing and financing schemes. The UK, which is hosting the Big Powers gathering in southwest England, added it would donate at least 100 million surplus doses within the next year, including 5 million beginning in the coming weeks. The commitment follows growing calls for richer countries to step up their efforts to share COVID-19 shots with less developed nations, with charities warning the current situation is leading to vaccine apathy. Around 80% of the jobs will go to Covax scheme, which aims to ensure equitable distribution of vaccines around the world, with the remainder shared bilaterally. President Joe Biden has revoked executive orders from his predecessors Donald Trump, seeking to ban Chinese-owned apps TikTok and WeChat from U.S. markets on national security concerns. A statement Wednesday said that instead of banning WeChat and TikTok, the Biden administration would carry out a criteria-based decision framework and rigorous, evidence-based analysis to address the risks from internet applications controlled by foreign entities. The two companies did not respond to requests for comment. China's Commerce Ministry spokesman Gao Feng on Thursday called Biden's decision a positive step in the right direction. Gao said he hoped Washington would treat Chinese companies in a fair and just manner and avoiding politicizing economic and trade issues. After months of delay, the white Rhino Emma has arrived in Japan and looking for love. The mild-mannered 5-year-old comes by the way of Taiwan's Liufo Safari Park, where she beat a herd of competitors for the chance to find a companion and breed. She expected to be on the show to the public in Japan for several weeks, but she also has the more serious business of getting acquainted with her first suitor, 10-year-old Moran. The species currently numbers around 19,000 found in the wild across southern Africa, according to conservation group Save the Rhino.
The latest news in showbiz. Let's watch this.
Neofight Korean lawmaker Representative Ryu Ho-jung has apologized for using K-pop idol group BTS's Jungkook to push her bill to legalize tattoo artists in South Korea, but did not take down his photos despite demands by netizens. Last June 8, Ryu took to social media and explained her bill, the Tattoo Business Act, and uploaded several photos of Jungkook that showed his tattoos covered with bandages. This got the ire of BTS armies and netizens who accused her of using Jungkook for political gains and without his permission. Some even demanded that she delete his photos immediately, while others asked Big Hit Music, BTS's label, to act on it. On a radio program on Korean channel MBC, Ryu expressed her apology and claimed that she is a fan of BTS. She added that she wanted to promote the bill through everyday and popular content and said that she felt sorry because the reason why the word politics is received negatively seems to be the results of politicians' failure to build public trust. But despite the apology, Ryu did not take down the photos as demanded by netizens.
And the latest from Manila Bulletin Sports section. Let's watch these.
NBA star Jordan Clarkson said he didn't hesitate in offering help the moment he saw pictures of a Filipino food truck being vandalized with racial slurs in Utah. In an interview, Clarkson said that there's just no room for that, especially right now, and that it got to go out of the window real quick. The Filipino-American winner of the NBA Sixth Man of the Year has been receiving praise not only for paying for the restoration of the food truck, but also for offering financial support to owners Ben and Erin Pierce. In a social media post, Clarkson said he teamed up with Identity Graphics to help with the restoration of the food truck. Food truck owner Ben and Erin expressed their gratitude for Clarkson through a social media post.
And those are the news on Web Today, June 11, 2021. The Manila Bulletin is one with the whole nation in celebrating the Philippine Independence Day tomorrow, June 12. May we be reminded of the patriotism and the sacrifices of our country's heroes that they have done, and may these serve as inspiration to each and every Filipino here and around the world. For more news and details, get your copy of the Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow, or you can log on to www.mb.com.ph, or you may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again on Monday. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.